Coach, as you mentioned, you said 4 years leading up to this moment. What is it like entering your first season as a head coach, not only to be a head coach, but the head coach here in Fort Wayne of a storied organization like the Komets?
Not to undermine you there, but it's been 5 years in this league as the assistant coach, 360 straight games. And I knew from day one that if I was going to be a head coach, my first opportunity, I want to be in a position where you're positioned for success. And in my opinion, and I know I'm being a homer here, but there's no better organization in this league than the Fort Wayne Komets. There's no better ownership that's had a longer tenure than the Frankies. We're insulated very well here with people that support us with everything that we need. Komets fans, they love their hockey. They're very demanding of the product that's put on the ice, but there's no better place to win. So yeah, we're excited. I mean, and when I say we, I mean we as a staff, we as an organization, hopefully we as a city are really excited to see this new era of Komets, this new core of players coming in, because it's going to be an exciting team this year.
Obviously, you guys have had a lot of turnover on the roster by design as you enter your first season. So tell me about this roster. What do you see the strengths lying in as you guys get ready for this 2019-2020 season?
Yeah, we've got a lot of winning experience. That's one of the big things that you can take from this roster. You look, okay, we've got Will Petchnig, who's won an OHL championship, a Memorial Cup, which is the highest honors. We've got Olivier Galipeau, who's won a President's Cup and a Memorial Cup. Sean St. Amant is a two-time Kelly Cup champion and a Quebec Major Hockey League champion. Brady Shaw is a Kelly Cup champion. I mean, you know, the list goes on with a lot of winners, a lot of accolades going back from junior days, college days, even professional guys in here. So their winning mentality, the winning championship, creating that brotherhood in the locker room, that's where we wanted to start, and that's what we were looking for. Guys that know how to win, that have been there, because once you're a winner, it stays with you your entire life. And so the more winners that we could get, the better chances of us going right into day one of this season. I think that's great. But although it's a lot of familiar faces in here, we still have a lot of experience mixed in with a lot of youth. And last year we had a lot of inconsistencies. You know, maybe you'd see one team on the ice one night and maybe a different team on the ice the other night. So we wanted to go young, with young legs, guys that are hungry and driven to push those older guys, push the veterans, push the guys with experience to make sure that they're just as hungry as those young guys and taking no days off, making sure that somebody's coming for their job. So once we establish that internal competition, I think it's only beneficial throughout the team.
Let's start in goal. Dylan Ferguson obviously comes in with a pretty impressive resume. How does he kind of set the table for what you guys want to do as a team, night in and night out, and what does he bring to the Komets in between the pipes?
It starts and stops there, quite honestly. And I said in the summer, you want to build your team from the net out, and knowing that we have a good affiliation with Vegas and a guy with a storied of a career in junior is Dylan Ferguson. He's already got NHL games under his belt. I mean, we're happy to have him. He's tall, he communicates well, he can handle the puck, and most importantly, he can stop it. You know, and at the end of the day, I don't care how he does it, as long as he keeps that puck out of the net, he'll do great here. On the other end of things, if he's not, then, you know, hopefully we have somebody in there to make sure we push him to earn every single second of ice time. Nothing's going to be handed out. Everything's going to be earned here. So I think we got a great number one in the pipeline right now, and we got some goalies making sure that they're going to push him here to be at the very top of his game.
When you guys drop the puck for practice at 3 o'clock today, what's priority number one in first practice and throughout this first week as you get ready for the season?
Well, for one, nobody's skated on the ice right now. None of these guys have been together collectively as a group, and it's the first time they get to hear my voice and what the philosophies are. We've heard it that in years past there's a couple of different things they would have liked. I wanted to establish the type of pace that they'd like to expect. I want to play with game pace. I don't want to slow it down. I want to make sure that we're ready to go, so when a 60-minute hockey game rolls around come Saturday, October 12th, that we can play 60 minutes and we're not lagging from one period to the next. So the number one goal today is to make sure that we establish pace, get everybody familiar with how we want to do things, how we want to do things as a staff, and go from there. And so without getting into too many details, I think it'll show a little bit of flash of skill, speed, grit, some of those things, and then maybe it'll show us some deficiencies in some players that we didn't know that was there. So we'll start trying to get better with day one, and day two a little bit better than that, and hopefully that goes right up into the last day of the season.
With Jamie and Cody now elsewhere, where are you in terms of the captain process? Do you have guys picked out? Where are you in that entire process getting ready? Because it's obviously a big deal to wear, the C for the Komets.
It's a huge deal, and it wasn't easy, making that decision with Jamie, having been here and having successful 4 years. I mean, he's first of all, he was a terrific captain, one that would be admired, especially by me. We were former teammates. He was a great guy, great in the community. His family was unbelievable, and so that's not an easy decision decision to make your first week on the job. But our belief was that we needed to get younger. And we needed to have better legs. Our inconsistency started to plague, and I wasn't pointing the finger at Jamie, but if we were going to go stick our neck out, our belief structure was that we needed to get some young guys in here, replenish the pipeline. We didn't have many rookies in here, so hopefully guys we can grow with for some years. So as far as the captaincy issue, I'm going to refer back to the first thing that we said in training camp. Nothing is going to be handed out to anybody just because you have a resume. I want it to be earned. So there's a possibility we start the season without a captain, and there's a possibility we name him before the season. But whoever that may be, and we all know the candidates that are possible out there. I mean, Sid's name's been thrown around. You look at Jenks, you look at Shaw's, you look at Brad Ross, Petchnigu's winners. There's no shortage of guys that are capable of wearing that C. But I want it to come naturally, and I don't want them to force it. So it's going to be a natural thing that whether it comes out during training camp, whether it comes out before Thanksgiving, Christmas, the All-Star break, when we feel it's ready to name a captain, we'll name the captain. But for now, we're going in there with everybody on the same page, having them earn it.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add, Coach?
No, I'm just excited. I think I'm going to skip the meal and go get into my tracksuit right now and be ready before anybody else. So I'm excited. I hope everybody else out there watching is too.
That's a good plan.